You're listening to In the Pod, Soybean Updates, a weekly trek into the latest soybean information from NDSU Extension. This time of year, researchers and producers look forward to the Variety Yield Report. This independent report helps farmers with seed shopping. Carrie Dottey, NDSU soybean breeder, has the latest. Carrie, first, let's clear up your name change.
Yeah, so my name is now Carrie Dottey instead of Carrie Miranda. I legally changed it. I've actually been married to my husband for 6 years, but my passport expired. So that's why I finally went around and did the paperwork to get the name change completed.
Carrie, tell us about the Variety Trials Report.
Yeah, so be on the lookout. That should be coming soon. Extremely soon, if not already out. Our agronomist, Anna Carcedo, is the one who is taking care of the publication of that one. And so in case you're not familiar with it, NDSU at extension centers throughout the state, and then including here in Fargo, we are in charge of planting yield trials for private company varieties in the same environments, in locations that you should be more familiar with in case the company does their testing out of state or something like that. This is just unbiased, third-party yield data that is going to be, of course, we believe extremely accurate. We have found that farmers find it extremely valuable. Included in there is going to be yield trial data for the private companies that participate, soybean cyst nematode testing in infected fields, and iron deficiency chlorosis scoring, which I do the IDC, SCN, and yield testing in the Fargo area.
Any big breeding news to report?
We actually have a rather big announcement for the NDSU soybean breeding program. We had a variety accepted for release last month. The name of that one will be ND2501 SCN GT. The highlight of this variety, it's a maturity group 0.1. It has glyphosate tolerance, but then it also has Peking style SCN tolerance, which is not so commonly found on the market these days. Additionally, it has an iron deficiency chlorosis score of about 2.5. So that's pretty good. I'll take a 2.5 with Peking style resistance. So that is going to be an advantageous variety. And then if you compare it to some of the other NDSU release varieties like 17009 or GT20, you're going to see about a 2 to 3 bushel increase in yield in this variety as well.
Carrie, what did you learn from last growing season?
So this season was really great, and that partly is due to the fact that the NDSU breeding team is just solid. I am very lucky to have so many talented people working with me, and we're making a lot of progress. And included in that is, I'm sure people are well aware that North Dakota in general, but also the NDSU soybean breeding program, has yields that could be improved. Let's just say it simply like that. So that's been the main focus of my breeding program. I had the idea to take high-yielding lines from Illinois and Nebraska and Missouri and do some breeding work to make those lines adapted to North Dakota. This year was the first year that we started yield trials of those North Dakota by Illinois and Nebraska lines. And we found about 300 lines that were actually adapted to North Dakota. So that meant that they could mature in our growing season. And then of those 300 lines, 69 of them actually had a yield equal to or better than a commercial check. The key is that I don't want to compare yields to what we already have in the NDSU breeding program because they're already lower than what I would want. So I want to make sure our lines are competitive to private company lines as well. And it seems like we are achieving that goal. We still have more years of testing to do, but I'm pretty optimistic that we have made like a major improvement. I hit a major stride in terms of increasing yield in the NDSU soybean breeding program.
Thanks, Carrie. Our guest has been Carrie Dottey, NDSU soybean breeder. You're listening to In the Pod, Soybean Updates, a weekly trek into the latest soybean information from NDSU Extension, supported by the North Dakota Soybean Council.